Hello, good morning, good afternoon. In this small video, I will show you how to install stock standard on two different shops and being able to control them from a remote location. For this video, I have like three machines. The first machine is called Shop 1. You can see the name on the bottom. And I have another one, Shop 2. And I have a manager, which is the machine that is supposed like just to connect and to control. So what I will do, like in Shop 1 and in Shop 2, so I will install stock standard, so people in there, they can work locally without any issue. And I will also configure a VPN so the manager can connect remotely, like everywhere from the internet, can connect to Shop 1 and Shop 2 to see what's happening. And like the machines are in different networks. Like if I check the configuration, like the IP address of each machine, like I see this one is in the network 137.12. If I check Shop 2, is also on different networks, so there are no connection between them, because like for this video, basically they are all connected to the same switch. I just gave them like different networks, but in real life for you they will be like in multiple different locations. So what I will do now, so I will install stock standard on all the three machines. So these machines are new, so I just like install them. So they have Windows, they have nothing else. So you will see basically the configuration from scratch. So I will just go ahead and download stock standard for them. Yeah, you can download the last version, or you can download the beta if you want to explore the new stuff, but I will just download the last stable version. I will save it. I will also start the download in the two other machines to gain some time. The manager will basically just connect to the other shops. Technically it will not do too much work on itself. What I need also on the other shops, like in Shop 1 and Shop 2, so the manager can also connect to these machines while they are working, I need to download stock standard server. So the server, I will download it only on the shops. I don't need it on the manager. So I will just go ahead and start the download. Okay, it started. I will also start the download on Shop 1. Can also check here to see which machine I'm connected on. Yeah, the time that the server is downloading, so I will just go ahead and start installing stock standard. It doesn't matter the order of the installation, which one came first. I will just go ahead and start installing stock standard. So I start the installation on Shop 1. On on shop 2, and I will also start the installation on the manager. So stock standard here finished. You can start it and check, but I will also install stock server because it will take some time. I will install stock server on the second shop. It will also take some time. Like when I start the installation, it will tell me, depending on your machine, that I need to install .NET Framework 3.5. I'll just go ahead, download and install this feature. It will require internet to download it if you don't have it installed. But if you have, for example, the server is not meant to be connected, just check the internet. There is a way to install it directly from the Windows installation DVD. But it should not be the case here. We need internet because we need also remote access. So the manager finished the installation of stock standard. So between time when the server is installing, so I will just maybe personalize the databases so we can see later which database that we are connecting on without having issues. So instead of leaving the activity 2024, I will just create a new one, maybe activity 2024, for example, shop 1. Yeah, maybe I'll add just another product from shop 1. Yeah, the aim of this video to not show you how to use stock standard, but more the focus in how to access remotely via VPN. So this is just to show you later that we are connecting to the right database. So I have this database for that shop. I need to click close here so the installation can continue. I will do the same thing on the second shop. I will just create second database. I will create it directly from here. I don't need to create a default one, so I call it, or I will just call it shop 2024. I will just do the same here. On the manager, technically we don't need to create a database. We will just like connect to the two other ones. Can always check here on the bottom to see which machine I'm connecting on. So I'm just checking to see the progress of the installation. Now like it's still installing like the database server, which uses like the Microsoft SQL Server Express 2014. This one's still installing the .NET Framework 3.5, which is needed by the SQL Server. You can forward the VTU. But I'm recording everything that I did, so basically I will not edit this video, so I will just publish it as it is. The speed also depending on your machine. So if you have a faster machine, then the installation may finish faster. And usually we don't recommend to use the application in old HDD hard disk, so you must, or it's preferable to have like an SSD or an NVMe disk. It still work on an HDD, but it will not be as much as performant as it's supposed to be. This one just finished with the .NET Framework 3.5, and it will start installing this server, the SQL server, the database server, then it will install the stock server. Yeah, it's taking time. Maybe before producing the video I might skip this file. So this one can happens, I'm not sure why. in this case I will just restart the installation. Here it's finished the installation of SQL Server, so I will just go ahead and install stock standard server. Here I see here that I already have the .NET Framework 3.5, so it's just like SQL Server Express. Maybe this machine is a little bit slow. Like if it keeps failing, just try to restart the machine. It might be that Windows installed some updates and there are some pending changes on Windows which make the installation fail, but it's supposed like to work with no issue. So this is like the fresh installation of Windows, and Windows like the DVD is a little bit old, so I know that Windows will be installing update. I tried to pause the updates so it doesn't interfere with the video. So here it finished, so the installation is successful. So I can configure, I can like check the installation. So there is this stock server config. When I started, I see that everything is green. So now what I will do, in shop 1, I will do the same thing in shop 2, so we will see it twice. What I will do, I will need to migrate my local database. Here it's local, like when I see on the taskbar, I see just the username. I need to connect it to the server. So when the manager connect, it will be also be able to use it at the same time, because for the local databases are just files that are stored on the disk. So here, if I can see, I see that the database is in this folder. In documents, click stock, and this is like the database. It is just a file and it cannot be shared with multiple computers. So that's why we need to move it to the server. So to move it to the server, so it's easy. So here, if I go to Fichier, Ouvrir dossier, when I go to Dossier Réseau, I just installed the server, so we will just refresh. It will take usually 5 seconds. I see my server shop 1. This name is the name of the machine. Like if I check my computer name, it's shop 1. So this name came from the machine. So if you see some weird name, Windows or something, just rename the machine and you will see the name of the correct name of the server. What I also recommend, so for inside the shop, and since the stock standard and stock server are on the same machine, to make the connection easier, so I will just go to options, and here in this, like utiliser le serveur suivant, I will write local host. You don't have to do it, like it will take like 6 seconds for stock standard to find the server, and this is the port number. So if I do this, then it will basically find the server immediately. So if I refresh, then like it's immediate, like it sees the server immediately. Anyway, so now like to repeat, so I'm connected to this database activity 2024 shop 1, which is local. I want to move it to the server. So while I'm connecting to it, I go to Ouvrir dossier. In dossier réseau, when I have the right server, I click on this one, migrer le dossier actuel, which may migrate the database from my local machine to the server. The server can be also on the same machine, doesn't matter. So I can change the name, but I will keep the same name. Now it's being migrated to the server. Like when you are connected, you see on the taskbar here that there is this 3 icons, or like as network, this is the difference. It means that I'm connected to a server, so this is a database server. Usually what I recommend people doing is, once I moved the database to the server, I need to remove it from here, from dossier local, because it will still here and people may connect to it and they work on it thinking that it's like from the server. So for this, like, I just go to documents, click stock, I will find it here. So I will just like maybe create a folder like backup, like if I don't want to delete it, and I will just like move it here. Maybe I move this one also here. Now if I go to dossier local, I refresh, I will not be able to see it. So this one will be always be here, activity 24, which is not created, but doesn't matter. So now, like, at least people when they will not make a mistake to connect to a different database. And by default the application remember the last database. So now if I close the application and open it, it will always open this one for me. So now we are connected to the server, so we can use the application normally without any issues. So let's check the second shop. Okay, so in this case, so I will just like restart the machine. So the time the machine is restarting, I will show you something. Now what we want the manager to connect to shop one. It cannot connect directly. Like if I go to the manager and try to go to dossier réseau and refresh, I will not be able to see it. Like I might be in Canada and the machine is somewhere in South Africa. So it is not possible like for stock standard to find the server. So it will take like a minute or something, then it will tell me that no server was found, because the server is in different place. For this to be able to connect, so what we need to use VPN. Basically we will create a virtual network between these shops. So we need for that to install a VPN. So there is this free tool that we used, but there are other tools that you can use. So this is not mandatory, they all work the same. So there is this one, Radmin. So I will just go to it and install it. Not this one, Radmin VPN. That's this one. So it's on radmin-vpn.com. So I will download it here. Let's between time check shop 2 if the machine restarted. So its machine is still working on updates. Yeah, that's why the installation failed, as I told you. Like it fails when there are pending updates on Windows which may interfere with the installation of a SQL Server. So if you see the error, don't panic. So usually just restart the machine, make sure that Windows is updated and everything should be working fine. Okay, so it's already starting, so let's I'll go to downloads, just start the server installation again. I've cooled down the video with just one shop, but I also want you to show how to switch between shops, because sometimes like the server detection is not automatic. So we might need to set up the IP address of the server manually. Yeah, so it's installing the SQL Server again. So let's keep it installed and we go for shop 1 and install also the VPN. So I will start the installation here. I will also start the installation on the manager. So it's already installed. So once it's installed, let me just minimize stock standard so it cannot create confusion. So I see here, like it shows me like the manager PC, which is online. What I need to do is I need to create a network. So I will create a network where all my shops will be connected to that network. So I will just call it click stock demo and set a password. So the network should be created. There was like no message or anything. And in the shop one, I should click yes, then it will maybe activate the auto detection. Doesn't matter. So now here don't need to create network. I need to join a network. I use the same network name, so in case you forget the name, so it should be always displayed here. So in this case, click stock demo. So I will just use the same name and the same password. So now I joined the network. So I see here, I see the manager PC, and from the manager I see the shop one PC. So now I will basically, so now we are connected. What we can also check, we will check the settings, because I don't remember if it will start automatically with Windows or no. Join. I don't remember. Then you may need to double check. So we will try to do a restart later to see if it automatically starts. But now remotely I can connect to shop one. So if I go to dossier réseau, yeah, it's not guaranteed. Yeah, here it detected the server automatically, so like it detect shop one, but this is not always guaranteed. So I will show you when it doesn't detect it, how we can also deal with it. So again, you see here I'm on the manager, and now I can connect like to I will just minimize this one. So now remotely I'm connected to shop one from the manager, and I can do everything. So the quality depends on the connection. So if your connection internet is good, then it will be fluent. So if the connection is bad, then it may misbehave a little bit. But but it's working like it's supposed to work with no issue. So here I see that I'm in shop one. In between time, while I'm connected, like the people in shop one can still working, so they cannot see that I'm connected to the database. So like even if I add, let's say if we add like second product, and if I go to the manager, I see the product that was added, and like everything is working as expected. So I can see the reports, So everything should be working. So let's check the second shop. Yeah, so the SQL Server now installed correctly. So it is supposed to be installed. Like if it doesn't install, there is something wrong with the machine. I will start stock standard between time. So the server finished the installation. I can check the server, so stock server config. I see the same thing, like everything is green. If there is something is not working, there is another video that explains completely how to use this tool, like especially like the backup part, how you can back up your databases. This is important. So now like we are connected to shop 2, if you remember. So if you check here the status bar, so it's not there is not that green bar, so it means I'm connected locally. So what I will do the same thing. I will move to the database, to the server. So it's already detected the server, so I will click on migrer le dossier actuel. So the database is now on the server. The same thing, I will just move it from here. Like I don't want like people to mistakenly keep using this database. Like if someone does something in the shop, and then you will not be able to see it from the manager, it means that it was done on a local database or on a different database. Yeah, so now I'm connected to the server, so I will do the same thing by installing the VPN. So the same thing on the second shop. I will just do join network. If I forgot the network name, I just go to the manager or any of the shops, just open admin, and I see the network, like click stock demo. The password of the network, and you can see already, like I can see the 2 other machines and they are connected, so they are reachable. Like I can just like ping the shop one, so depending on the firewall configuration, so the machines can connect between them. Basically, technically they can share files and folders between them. So that's it, like on shop 2. Now if I go to the manager, if I go to dossier resource, so I will refresh because the second one came later. So now I refresh. So there is shop 1 and shop 2, so I can switch between them, like shop 1 and shop 2. Now I'm connecting like to the shop 2 one, shop 2 database. That's what I meant by 1. Product, I can see product from shop 2. I can also work from here. So if let's say I create like new product, or I will change maybe the price, or I will also change the price of the first product. So the changes will be immediately visible, like in shop 2. Now if I will check the list of the products, I will see like the both product, and I will see that the prices were updated. So this is in the ideal scenario. What can happen sometimes, I don't know if it can happen for you, but I know it happens. But like in the older versions of the application, because we changed the way how the servers are being discovered. But in case here and the server is not showing, so what you can do, you will just go to options and you go to admin, and let's say I want to connect to shop 1. What I will do, I will just right click and set copy IP address, and here I will use this one, like utiliser le serveur suivant, paste the IP address. Usually the port of the application, like I didn't see anybody change it manually, so it's always like 6723, and I click on save. Now when I refresh, it will not find shop 2 because I specifically specify the server. Then I connect to this one, and if I want like to now connect to shop 2, the same thing, I copy the address on over dossier, I click on options and set on the IP address. We will change the application basically here to be able to add multiple servers, and I click on save. Then I refresh. I need to refresh, so now I see shop 2 and I can connect to shop 2. Yeah, so this is basically how you can connect to your different shops remotely. I will try something now. I will just try, because I forgot. Let's say we now we restart the first machine, or I will restart both shops. I hope they will not have Windows Update. Yeah, okay, so it may take some time for the update to get installed, so I will wait for it. And here, like when they are connected, so I can see like I see that they are not connected, and they see like here we already lost the connection with shop 2. Like in the bottom here it's red, and the application is trying to, oh okay, so yeah, shop 2 is back, so it means that the VPN will be saved. Okay, so yeah, that's what I wanted to double check. So basically you installed it once, you configure it, and it should work out of the box. Like you see, I see it's already connected, so it saved the password and connect. So in case like something happened, or you just call the guy on the shop, so what you need to leave them is the network name and the password, and the rest like should work. Like even if they have to reinstall the admin VPN, or I don't know, they formatted the machine, or any maintenance on the machine, just install admin VPN, put the network name with the password, and it should work. Like there is nothing else that should be blocking it from working. Yeah, maybe the only thing that can block is the firewall, and the firewall, like technically I just like saw it. So here, like from the firewall exceptions, you can say allow all apps. Like if you allow all apps, then it should like it should allow everything. But usually like the firewall is when you have like third-party firewall, you have the firewall like from coming with the antivirus, then it may need to be configured manually, or try this one. Here I see like shop 1 is lost, but I guess it's still doing the update. Yeah, it's still restarting after the update. But as manager, yeah, you will be also to see like the different machines. Like for the shops between them, I said that they can connect between them, but it's the same thing as you have the machines on the same network, so it doesn't mean that they can hack on the machine or do anything. So basically they still need the credentials, the username and the password for that machine. Yeah, I was just waiting for, yeah, it's still updating. Oh yeah, so but it is visible technically. Yeah, technically stock server, maybe it's already started. Yeah, so that's it for this video. So if you have any questions, so feel free to reach us. Yeah, thank you.